So I want to sort of place a marker for one of the themes, and that's this quote, which is actually a misquote. I interviewed the guy who told me that it was his misquote in a book. But this Einstein quote of, you can't solve a problem at the same level of consciousness that it was created. And you've spoken about these two different stories that we have, the story of separation and the story of interbeing. And I think a lot of people, and I have this conversation with my friends, how can we fix the world? How can we make it better? Like, I look and I see a problem and I think this has got to be easy to solve. But I understand that this like putting out fires type of problem solving is only gonna, like we haven't been able to make that effective. So it's really a complete fundamental change in approach. Maybe you could just sort of paint a picture of what these two stories are and what they mean for like how we solve, quote, air quotes, solve things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just going to start with returning to the putting out fires metaphor. What happens when it dawns on you that the techniques you were using to put out the fires are actually contributing to more fires? That's what happens when we're stuck in a story, or when our problem solving, our solutioneering comes from and intensifies or enhances the very story that is causing the problems. So that is, it's kind of a way of restating what Einstein didn't say. Yeah, that is a way of kind of restating what Einstein didn't say. So I want to actually, even like the idea of how do we fix things, how do we solve our problems, that way of asking the question smuggles in one of the assumptions from the story of separation that kind of holds the world as this object that you can maybe fix. And that we could even possibly know what the answer to that is, or the idea that this is a how-to question to begin with. Another way to look at it is that we are in the midst of a stupendous transformational process guided by an intelligence far beyond human understanding. And that, yes, you as an individual have a role to play in the healing of the world and the metamorphosis of the world. And in order to enact that role, you do not have to have a grand plan that makes sense of it, because you are deployed by this intelligence to be at exactly the right place in the right time with the right set of gifts that are necessary to be to participate in the healing process. The organ of the perception of what is yours to do in participation is the heart. Sometimes the heart's guidance contradicts what the mind thinks it knows about how change is going to happen. Mm. For example, if the heart guides you to be at your dying mother's bedside, and you just know with every fiber of your being that that's the most important thing you could possibly be doing right now. And your mind is like, but climate change, but Ukraine, but like there's all of these, like, how is it going to help the world to spend maybe days and weeks changing bedpans, and she's going to die anyway. The mind cannot make sense of that. If you were going to get together with all the other smart guys and come up with a plan to save the world, would you be sending people to spend more time in hospices? Well, maybe you would, but only if your mind were very deeply steeped in the story of interbeing, which instead of holding the world as an object, understands that self and world are intimately entwined, and that anything that you do on the micro level has macro effects, and that anything that happens on the macro level is also happening to you. When you understand that, then heart and mind come into more alignment. And the irrational calls of the heart no longer seem so irrational. There's another logic that validates them. And so that's really what my work is about in this transition in our stories. It's not about don't listen to your mind, only listen to your heart. It's how do we bring heart and mind into alignment and heal that division? That's one of the aspects of the age of separation between heart and mind, between spirit and matter, between self and other, between man and nature, all part of the same division that we are in the process of healing.
Hey friend, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this particular clip, then I have something else I want to tell you about, which is the League of Superconductors. It's a business mastermind that I run to elevate the greatest change makers of our time. That is people that I like to call quantum entrepreneurs, metaphysical, spiritual teachers, healers, coaches, light workers of different types. And this is a year-long business mastermind starting in May of 2022. So if that's the type of thing that you're looking for, if you're looking to better fuel your mission by having a business that brings in all the abundance you're looking for, that both operates at the 3D level, serving the people of Earth, and at a multi-dimensional level, bringing in all of the higher wisdom and experience that you have access to. That's what we're doing. So if that sounds like something for you, then you can check out the link below, read a little bit more about the program, what we do each month. And I also invite you to apply for a call with me, a strategy session. We can get to know each other. I'll coach you a little bit, and you can decide if that might be the exact thing that you've been looking for. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.